Meghan Markle and Harry arrived in Los Angeles by private jet. This other shocking detail: Meghan Markle and Prince Harry said goodbye to Canada, choosing instead to settle in Los Angeles for a new life away from the crown. But in the midst of a coronavirus pandemic, the Sussexes resumed a bad habit for which they had already been widely criticized. The spouses went to California by private jet 2 months after renouncing their royal functions and 4 days before the formalization of the Brexit. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have for the second time packed up, settled in Canada. The Sussexes finally decided to settle permanently in Los Angeles, a surprise move yet planned for some time, as recently told a source close to the couple, who horrified the royal family and Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. They who hoped that the younger son of Lady Di and Prince Charles would return to the UK soon after his father tested positive for coronavirus. Little Archie's parents got closer to Doria Raglan, who was previously alone in California. But while Prince Harry and his beautiful have called for everyone's efforts to protect the environment, the Duke is even at the head of Travelist, an initiative launched to promote sustainable tourism. Bad habits seem stubborn. As our British colleagues in the Daily Mail revealed, the Sussexes travelled to the United States by private jet, a choice that, however, be explained by the climate of panic provoked by the coronavirus pandemic. As a reminder, if Meghan Markle and her husband went to the City of Angels before the temporary closure of the border between the United States and Canada for non-essential trips announced on Wednesday, March the 18th by President Donald Trump, the COVID-19 has caused a wave of travel restrictions across the Atlantic, measure that resulted in a wave of flight cancellations and that could have encouraged the ex-star of the Suits series and Prince Harry to take the precautions by using the strong way, in spite of the criticism targeting them for their ecological commitment considered variable. European travelers have not been spared the security measures of Donald Trump either. A week before the closure of the Canadian border, Wednesday, March the 11th, the head of the state had decided to prohibit their access to the American soil to counter the risk of the spread of coronavirus. French, Italian, but also German citizens are particularly affected by this ban, which lasts for 30 days. However, countries outside the Schengen zone, such as Cyprus, Croatia, Bulgaria and Romania, which had nevertheless declared cases of contamination, were not worried, as this article clarified of our LCI colleagues. Meghan Markle and Harry settled in Los Angeles. The reasons for this surprise move: a few days before the entry into the force of the Brexit, scheduled for this Tuesday, March 31st, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have already left Canada. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex, isolated in Vancouver since January the 2020, have set their sights on a new home in Los Angeles. But why such a change for a surprise? It's a surprise. In January 2020, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry were packing up to join Canada after having resigned their royal office with a bang. Their spouses and their little Archie had then settled into a luxurious mansion in Vancouver. 2 months later, the Sussexes deteriorated and took off again. This Thursday, March 26, our British colleagues from The Sun announced that the ex-actress and her husband flew to Los Angeles, saying goodbye to Canada. Harry and Meghan have left Canada for good, a source close to the couple told the tabloid from across the channel. Partly because of the never-ending shake-up of the coronavirus pandemic, the borders closed and the flights stopped. They had to get out, said the informant, but this surprise move would not be so sudden after all. This move had been planned for a while. They've realized that Canada will not work for various reasons, and they want to be based in the Los Angeles area, said the source. A change that could ultimately benefit Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, alone against everyone in Buckingham. At the heart of the controversies and tensions with the Canadian taxpayer, the Sussexes can now count on a large network of support in Los Angeles. This is where their new team of Hollywood agents, public relations and business leaders is based, said the relative. Meghan has a lot of friends there, and they are, of course, her mum, Doria. A new radical change, dubbed the Brexit 2 for Prince Harry. You certainly cannot help but keep a thought for the Windsor Mountbatten clan. This Wednesday, March 25th, on the eve of the announcement of his second move with Meghan Markle, the youngest son of Prince Charles and Lady Di, and the whole world at the same time learned that his father had coronavirus. The news terrifying, although the health of the Prince of Wales doesn't cause any concern, didn't leave Prince Harry indifferent. He, who already worried about the health of Her Majesty Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, both considered more fragile in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic, and make matters worse, Meghan Markle forbade her to visit Prince Charles.